not now. Okay, don't worry. You'll be told beforehand, right? Now, good morning, everyone. And last explanation we did was the Thar Desert or the Great Indian Desert. I hope the explanation is clear till there.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it good? So today we begin with the Peninsular India, and in that connection, I would ask you to just a second. Let me put the screen on sharing. Okay. So here we are, the Peninsular Plateau. Now, to the south of the northern plains lies the Peninsular Plateau. It is triangular in shape. It comprises the oldest landmass of India. It is formed mainly of igneous and metamorphic rocks. The general height of the region is between 600 meters to 900 meters. The surface of the stable land is highly uneven. The river Narmada and the Vindhya range roughly divide the plateau into two sections, viz. That means namely the central highlands in the north and the Deccan in the south. So now please just go through this space. They are telling you that this triangular piece of land is the plateau region and it is a raised land. Okay, from the normal plain field, it has slightly risen. And they are telling you that the Vindhya range, and if you can see the Narmada river here, this river and along with this range divides the plateau into two parts. Okay, these two regions. This is known as the Central Highlands. I forgot the name. I used to call it Malwa Plateau. No, Malwa is here, Chota Nagpur is here. Together, this region is known as the Central Highlands, and this region is known as the Deccan Plateau. Okay, so this plateau region is highly uneven. It is a table land. You know what a plateau is? It's a raised table kind of a land. Okay, so now we first read about the Central Highlands. Extend from the Delhi Ridge to the Rajmahal Hills. To their northwest lies the Aravalli Ranges. They are one of the oldest fold mountains of the world. They are now highly eroded. The Central Highlands comprises the Malwa Plateau, Bundelkhand, Raghelkhand, and extend to the Chota Nagpur Plateau region in the east. To its south lies the Vindhya and the Satpura ranges. The river Narmada and Tapi flow through these ranges. These are west flowing rivers that drain into the Arabian Sea. A number of hills like the Maikal, Kaimur, and Mahadeo flank its boundaries with the Deccan Plateau. So now they are telling you basically that the region from here to here is the region of the Central Highlands. They begin from the Aravalli Ranges in the west. This region is known as the Malwa Plateau. Then they have Bundelkhand Plateau, Bahelkhand Plateau, and Chota Nagpur Plateau, where the Rajmahal Hills are. Okay. Together with this, they are telling you that the two rivers, Narmada, and can you see Tapi also here? Narmada and Tapi are the two rivers which flow from east to west and they fall into Arabian Sea. Can you see this? These are the only two rivers which are falling into the Arabian Sea, whereas Godavari, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, all these rivers are flowing from west to east and falling into Bay of Bengal. This shows that the plateau is slightly tilted towards the eastern side. Okay, this is the plateau. It is slightly tilted. It is tilted towards eastern side. That is why most of the rivers are flowing and falling into Bay of Bengal. Only these two rivers, Narmada and Tapi, they fall into Arabian Sea. Is this much clear to each one of you? Then we talk of the
Yes.
second, thank you. The Deccan Plateau is broad in the north and tapers in the south. Large areas to the northwest of the plateau are covered with basalt lava flows. The rocky block is tilted towards the east. The main rivers of the peninsula, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri, flow eastward and drain into the Bay of Bengal. So, as I told you, the you should remember the content. This region, the Deccan region, is made of basalt lava flows. Okay. Now they are hard and rigid, and this is the triangular Deccan region. Most of the rivers they flow and fall into the Bay of Bengal, and it is slightly tilted towards eastward, towards the east. That is why the rivers flow from east, west to east, and in the eastern direction they fall into Bay of Bengal. Then the western edge of the plateau is bordered by the Western Ghats. It is also known as the Sahyadris. Just see the region. These are the borders. So the western region of the Deccan Plateau is bordered by the Western Ghats, and these are the Sahyadris. Okay, these are the Sahyadris which occupy the area. Then they are telling you the Western Ghats are almost continuous with a gap in the south. The Nilgiri Hills lie here. Southward lie the Anamalai and the Cardamom Hills. So now they are telling you some other prominent hills. They are telling you firstly about the Western Ghats, since it is bordered with and filter most of the rivers fall into this. Can you see the greenery all around the western eastern coast? So this is this region, the Eastern Ghats. This is the Nilgiri Hills. These are the Nilgiri Hills. Okay, clear till here? Everything clear? Please underline the Nilgiri, the Anamalai, and the Cardamom Hills. The eastern boundary of the Deccan Plateau is formed by the Eastern Ghats. The Eastern Ghats are in the form of groups of separated hills. They are broken by east flowing rivers and are uneven. So, as I told you, this side of the region is quite uneven because of the rivers flowing, whereas this is a continuous series of even land. Okay, the coastal plain or the uh, Western and Eastern Ghats that they have called it. Now they talk of the importance of Peninsular Plateau. The Peninsular Plateau is rich in minerals like iron, ore, coal, and manganese. The edge of the plateau is a site for building dams. Cotton grows very well in the Deccan Plateau area. The scenic beauty of the highlands in the plateau attracts tourists. So now they are telling you that these are the places of great mineral deposits. Underline the mineral deposits which are found here: iron ore, coal, and manganese. Then they are telling you these plateaus are the areas of building dams. Why? Because they are on a raised platform. Supposing Supposing this is a one flat land, and plateau region is something like this, a tabletop. Okay, and most of the plateau regions have dams built in their edges. Why? Because the water is falling down into the eastern and western ghats with the flow of rivers. So once they fall, dams are constructed in these areas so that they could generate electricity out of it. Okay, so through the raised platforms, raised areas, the dams are constructed to generate electricity, and they are good sites for building dams. Then the material which is grown here very commonly is the uh, material called cotton, rui. Okay, and it has great scenic beauty. That means the area around is very beautiful and attracts a lot many tourists. We come on to the fifth physical feature, the coastal plains and the islands. Now, these coastal plains, let me tell you, are this area. These are the coastal plains. Yeah, rather from here it will be coastal plain. All this area till here are the coastal plains and the islands. Okay, the two islands. One is here, the other is here. Okay, so we are going to deal with them. Let's see. India has a long coastline extending for 7,615.5 kilometers. Bordering the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats lie the coastal plains facing the sea. The coastal plains are in the form of fertile green flatlands along the coast. So they are telling you that they are basically the flatlands along the coast, along the whole coast. And the area which coastline is of 7,600 something kilometers. Okay, so this is the whole coastline area if you measure it. Okay, they are telling you now the western coastal plains. That means we'll be first dealing with western side, the western coastal plains. Let's see, are known as the Konkan in the north and Malabar in the south. Now here, this is the western side. In the northern side, that means this side is known as Konkan coast. Okay, and this side is known as Malabar coast. Is it clear? We are talking of western coastal plains. The top of the northern side is known as Konkan coast, and the below side, the southern side, is known as the Malabar. Okay. Now the western coastal plains are narrow. You can see they are narrower than, and these are broader. Okay. So western coastal plain is narrow than the eastern one. Let's go on to the eastern coastal plains. They are known as the northern circars. Now they are together known as northern circars. Okay. Just as western plains are known as Konkan in the north and Malabar in the south. Western coastal plains, they are known as Konkan here and Malabar here. Eastern coastal plains, they are together known as Northern Sircars in the north and Coromandel Coast in the south. So here, this area, they are known as Northern Sircars. Okay, and this is known as Coromandel Coast. I repeat, this is Konkan Coast, Malabar Coast. This is what is it? Northern Sircars. This is Northern Sircars, and this is Coromandel Coast. Okay. Now, the east-flowing rivers of the peninsula form wide deltas at their mouths where they join the Bay of Bengal. So, the eastern coastal plains are broad and fertile. So, since major rivers are falling this side, they form deltas. I told you what delta is. When a river falls, before falling into the sea, it gets channelized into different sources, forming the triangular piece of lands being interlocked by river or water on three sides, on all sides rather. Okay, and then they meet the sea. So these deltas are rich and fertile, and they form huge, lovely coastal plains which are broad and fertile. Is this much clear to each one? We now come on to importance of coastal plains. The coastal plains are fertile. They support farming and fishing. Underline farming and fishing. These are the two major occupations carried out here. The sea beaches attract tourists from all over the world. Now, tourists are attracted because of the lovely beaches found here. Then, ports and harbors lie along the coastline. Ports and harbors are the areas where ships come and go, from where ships come and go. Now, a place where ships are kept is known as harbor. Okay, so since India has a long coastline, so these ships could be sent all around and they act as a best place. The coastline provides good opportunity for trade and commerce, not only within the country but also from other countries. Okay. So the ships, a well-knit ship harbor is there, which helps in making the trade and commerce easy. Is this much clear to each one of you?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
So we stop
Yes,
here
ma'am.
for today. Now, a small little portion called islands is left, which we will cover maybe tomorrow, and we'll finish off the chapter tomorrow. Clear? Now, I would like to repeat once again. You are supposed to do the glossary here. You are supposed to do the world map. You are supposed to do the uh, political map, which is given on figure 7.2, 152 page. Then you are supposed to do India and its neighboring countries. Then you are supposed to do the physical map, which is given showing the physical divisions, figure 7.4. And then you are also supposed to write the names of the states and their capitals and union territories. Is this much to be done? Is
Excuse me,
clear?
ma'am.
Yes, child.
Ma'am, in the figure, India and its neighboring countries, which map we will use?
Physical map. Physical map.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Any other question? I hope the explanations which I have given till now are clear to each one of you. If not, please sit together, one explanation after the other, go through every explanation till now and finish it off. Okay? It was a pretty long lesson and
Okay, ma'am.
had number of things to be gone through. Okay? So go through it correctly and carefully. And if you come across any problem, please do let me know. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Okay, ma'am. Excuse
Yes, yes, child.
me, ma'am. Ma'am, the final exams are in school, ma'am.
Most probably. Most probably. Father is trying his level best to be waiting eagerly to conduct the exams, the final exams in the school. With all the precautions, it will be done and it will be a written paper. But that depends, it's a far story. We still have the whole February to be considered for. Okay?
Mm.
You pay attention on the concept that you are supposed to learn things. ठीक है ना? इस एकेडमिक ईयर में आपको जो अभी पढ़ाया जा रहा है वो अगले एकेडमिक ईयर में नहीं पढ़ोगे, उससे ज्यादा ही पढ़ोगे. So the basis should be clear, the concept should be clear. So your emphasis should be only on doing well, understanding everything that is taught to you. And if by chance you get the online paper, तो फिर कहने ही क्या है? What's the problem? You know how to do it on online. ठीक है ना?
Okay,
चलो
ma'am.
take, okay, take care.